pretty clear as to what you see on the screen. It's in reference to the Prince George's County Council Grant Program. It's also designed specifically for the Suitland Civic Association and the forming of a grant committee. There are basically 2 people already on the committee, and we need about 7 people from the body of the association in order to prepare an application to submit it to the Prince George's County Council grant committees in order to acquire the monies that we're going to need in order to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish with this Suitland Civic Association. The tree that you see is a real good start for us to use the Prince George's County Council logo of a money tree, and we need monies exactly specifically for a tree removal process of what we're going to show you in a minute. Again, this information is designed as a proposal to establish a grant committee for the Suitland Civic Association, and to do that is to start the removal of this blight that the county council executive, that is, the county executive, is already implemented a real, and I appreciate what she's doing, a real effort to try and get the blight out of Prince George's County. I've attended several meetings where she has expressed the need for the citizens of the county to help keep the county a little cleaner than what it's been in the past, and to remove the blight that's in existence. As a matter of fact, she has a team of people that's specifically earmarked for removal of blight, and this proposal is for that same purpose. The Civic Association, or the SCA, the Suitland Civic Association SCA Grant Committee, will remove pictures such as this from the neighborhood, and specifically at the headquarters for the association. The Suitland Civic Association headquarters is where this tree has blown down through the act of God. It is blown down from our property on another property, and we need to have funding in order to remove the blight from our property and also from the property of our next door neighbor. Now, what we are going to try to do and accomplish this removal of this kind of blight from our headquarters and also from the association is the grant program that's implemented by the Prince George's County Council. And we can see on the screen that the council believes that the local nonprofits such as us represent an important and critical component of the county's overall effort to help address the human and social, educational, recreation, and services need central to the building and maintaining strong communities such as the Suitland community. The Suitland community is one of the oldest communities in this Washington, D.C. metropolitan area in Prince George's County, and we would like for it to be the cleanest county in America, and specifically in the state of Maryland. Now, we're going to kind of expedite this presentation, but we don't want to go too fast. If we go too fast and you can't read the information that's going to be shown on the slides, then you can press the pause button and stop the slides from moving. What you see here is the actual 13-page application for applying for the grant in the Prince George's County Council grant program. To complete this application starting July 1 of this year, 2019, up until June 30 of 2020. Well, our committee at the present time have 2 executive board members on the grant committee, but we hope to add 5 members from the body for the association, and that way we'll have 7 members on the grant committee, and we then will complete this application that you see. Now, this is a 13-page application, and you won't see all 13 pages in this process, but the key pages, what the county is asking to be completed, is what we're presenting here. The required supporting documents and checklists, as you see here. This is just a part of those documents that's needed, but you can stop this slide and go through each one of the data that we're going to need in order to acquire the grant funding that we're going to need in order to move the blight from our neighborhood. This is a second part of the application for the documents that's needed, and the county is letting us know where we can submit this information and also how often we can check it to see if it has been completed. So this is a types of organization information that we are. We are a 501c3, and we have our tax ID number and all the information that's required in order to apply for the grant that the county council is letting have starting July of this year, 2019. This is October of 2019. So we hope within the next 8 months we'll be able to acquire the funding before the 30th of June 2020 in order for us to take advantage of this process. Now, this is just about the end of the application that you see, and this is the financial information that the county is requiring of the persons who are applying for a grant, such as the Suitland Civic Association. And once we do that, you can see the type of funding that and the limit of what funding is and what we will need in order to acquire the funds to remove the blight from our neighborhood. The required information is that we need is what we're showing you here. These 5 pieces of data here, and maybe more. I don't have a real good, clear understanding or have the actual application in my hand. I'm only going by what's on the county council's website with regards to downloading this PDF information and submitting it to our body through the committee in order for us to try and obtain the information from the county. The grant funding, and here's what the funders cannot be. You see the top 3 things that the grant funds cannot be used for. Well, we wouldn't have any problem with any of those 3 because we're not. And the documents that we going to acquire, we can accomplish everything, or we have many of the data that's required to send the following data that must be submitted with the application. Well, many of those data we already have, and those that we don't have, it'll be easy for us to acquire those data in order to get started. Now we have a couple more guys to present to you. The FY 20 application, and these are URLs that I took specifically and put this information here to show that you can actually visit these URLs if you have a need to do so and see the requirements that's needed. Now there's a note at the bottom in red to let us know that there are 2 out at large county councilmen's members that's used by the county council in order to get these data submitted to the council. And I hope that this information will be gathered together, and the equipment that we're going to need to move the blight that's at the headquarters of our Civic Student Association is this kind of equipment. We're going to need trucks in order to move the logs to the trees that's going to be cut down, and this is the type of equipment that's going to be used, and the money that we'll hope to obtain in the funding of the grant will be paid to the companies, if not the county. If the county have these type of equipment, then it will be less costly for us to use if we could acquire those equipments from the county. However, if the county does not have the time or equipment to do this, then we would have to pay the company in order to do that. Here's what we're talking about. And if we use the Prince George's County grant funding to remove bad conditions such as the Civic Association, this is in our backyard of the association. So we need desperately to get this blight out in order to have what we know we can have in the county and also in this community of Suitland. The property next door is what we would want to pattern ourselves after. This where the property next door have a whole lot more money than we have. We have a little money in our treasury, but we don't have enough to pay for the type of equipment and manpower that we're going to need in order to move the blight that you see here in this picture. And this picture worth 1,000 words. Well, this is the kind of equipment that we're going to have to use in order to get the tree that's falling down. We have a tree that's falling down. The act of God blew the tree down. And we're going to need these kind of equipments that you see here in order to remove the blight that we have. And hopefully the committee, once we get the funding, will be able to apply to the county council in order to get that. And this is a tree I'm talking about. It has blown down, and this is in the backyard of the Association. And you can imagine, we're asking you to imagine that this area will become a playground for children. We can convert our property into a playground for children to play and have a daycare center for the persons in the Suitland neighborhood, because Suitland Town Square is right across the street from where we are. And we can use this as a playground. We can also use it for a parking lot should we want to renovate our building and convert it to something other than what it is now. We can do that and use it as a parking lot or any and many other things that we could possibly use it for. This is just an idea that give you what you see as the executive board and the body of the Suitland Civic Association, to let you see what we can do once we acquire the funding from the council. And the council has already let us know with the data that we've already shown you that can be accomplished. And this is the kind of manpower that we're going to need to cut the trees down that you see and remove the one that's blown down and clean up the blight that's in our county. Now, one person that I know that support us is the county exec. She, in her inaugural speech, let it be known what she planned to do with getting the county in the position that we should be, and she's also instrumental in getting us, all the associations and all the communities within the Prince George's County, to know that she's trying to get the blight out of the county. I attended several meetings, and the last one we attended where she was very instrumental and let it be known that she wants the county cleaned up. So what the information that we have shown you is to us to get the blight out of the backyard of the Suitland Civic Association's property. It's a free and clear property. We don't have any debt on the property other than paying the tax on the property and the insurance. And if once we can get the property in the position where the administration building that you see on the right at the top, we want our property to look just like that. And it is our dream to do that. And with the help of the county council grant funding, we'll be able to do that. I've taken up too much of your time perhaps already, almost at 13 minutes. But I want you to know that all this is for to obtain the funding that the county has already let us know that we can get, and also to form the grant committee out of the Suitland Civic Association body with 5 people, whether or not they know about this or not. But I hope that this information be passed on to those persons. Again, I'm going to conclude this. My name is David. I'm a trustee with the association. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.